Blackmailed, Lesbian BDSM Erotica, written by Kelly Sanders, narrated by Jessica Howard. I sat aghast at the dining room table, staring in horror at the photographs now strewn across the gleaming wooden surface. A wave of dizziness clouded my mind, setting the butterflies in my stomach fluttering so wildly that I almost fainted. The worst thing imaginable had finally happened. The photographs told a terrible story, depicting me arriving at a motel one afternoon and entering a room with a woman. The problem? It wasn't my partner Elise, but rather another woman with whom I'd been spending more and more of my time over the past month. You see, I'd been with Elise for almost an entire decade, and although for a long time we could barely keep our hands off of each other, as her work commitments increased, our relationship began to dwindle. She was the head surgeon at St. Agatha's Hospital, which was all the way over on the other side of town. With so much responsibility heaped upon her shoulders, not just for her patients but to the staff serving under her, the job kept her busy and distracted, even on the odd occasion when we finally made it home for an evening. Sadly, there wasn't that much room for me as well, and even though I still loved her with every beat of my heart, my longing for physical comfort eventually led me down a dark and shameful path. As much as I fantasized about sex with other women, it was only when an old flame from high school got in contact that I actually succumbed to my carnal instincts. It was the spark that finally ignited the months, even years of unfulfilled lust that had been gradually building inside me. Her name was Miranda, and in the 20 years since I'd last laid eyes on her, she'd hardly aged a day. I was instantly jealous of her slender figure and still beautifully firm bust. And it didn't even take long for her to seduce me. We'd only met for coffee on lunchtime, but a couple hours later we were shacked up in a motel room a few blocks away, stripping away our clothes and feasting on each other's naked flesh. It felt so wrong and terribly naughty, but the adrenaline pulsing through my veins was more than enough to block out any sense of guilt, just long enough to enjoy the moment. Even after we'd gone our separate ways, the memory lingered so strongly in my mind that I couldn't resist the urge to contact her again. And so it began, my illicit affair with my former lover, meeting up at least twice a week for a string of steamy encounters. Covering my tracks didn't seem like much of a challenge, as Elise was so rarely around to catch me in the act. Still, there was no denying that somebody was aware of my deceit. Included in the envelope was a single shred of typed paper, which simply read,
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"